Hello, my name is Ziad Hassan Reza. Now, for our project, we're going to use the robot that we created in the previous lab task. So, we open the previous task, which was object recognition. So, here is the robot that we're going to use. So, we export it and save it as robot. Now, we go back to our current project and then we click the plus sign, click import, and then import the robot. So, here we have the robot, so we just drag it and here is the robot. Now for the line we go to the Tinkercad website, we click on scribble and then place it here, then we draw a line, okay, then we click done, then we decrease the height and change the color to black, and then we export it as object. So I have already downloaded a line, so we go back to Webot and click on file, then import 3D model, click next, then we choose the object. So here is the line, then we open it, click finish. So here we have the line, and later we will have to translate and rotate the line accordingly. Thank you.
Hello, I am Zabelnur Akhand. I'm going to show the modifications we made to this project. So at first, from viewpoint, we went to protonodes and added a textured background. After that, from textured background, we went to protonodes again and added light to it. We selected directional light. After importing the robot, there were two distance sensors, distance sensor left and distance sensor right. We copied one of them and pasted it and renamed it as distance sensor middle, and then we changed all of their translation and rotation values so that they're facing towards the ground. We also changed the type of distance sensor. This time we're using an infrared distance sensor. After importing this track, we went to solid and then we changed its translation values, x being 1.54, y being 0.01, and z being 4.93. We also changed its rotation values, x being 1, y being 0, z being 0, and angle being 1.57, so that the track is aligned to the floor here. We also aligned the robot to this track so that it follows it. Thank you.
Hello everyone, I'm Mohammad Zumarman Fahim, and in this part of the video I'll be explaining the PID controller code. At first we have created an instance of the robot, and then we have set the time step to be 8, so that after every 8 millisecond we'll get a reading from the IR sensors. We have set the maximum speed to be 5, and we have initialized the 4 motors using the get motor function, where these variables will be connected to our robot. And then we have set the uh, position of the motors to be infinity and their velocity to be 0 at first. We have connected the IS sensors using the get device function, and in our robot the IS sensors are named as DS right, DS middle, and DS left. We have enabled these devices using time step. Achieving PID control, we ran a while loop, and in the while loop, we have at first got the values from the sensors, and we have set the left speed and the right speed to be max speed. And as you can see from the values here, when the sensors are touching the floor, we are getting a value somewhere around 450 to 500, and when it's not touching the floor and it's touching the back line, we're getting a value of 700 to 750. So we have set a threshold to be 700. When the left IS sensor and the right IS sensors both are touching the mm, floor, but our mid IR sensor is touching the black line, then we have followed a straight line by setting the left motor speed to be left speed and the right motor speed to be right speed. After that, we have basically checked if the left IR sensor is touching the floor, but the right IR sensor and the mid IR sensors are touching the black line, then we have to turn left. So we set the left motor speed to be left speed and the right motor speed to be 0. Similarly, we have checked if the right IR sensor is touching the floor and the left IR and the mid IR sensors are on the black line, then we have to turn to the right. So we have set the left motor speed to be 0 and the right motor speed to be right speed. So similarly, in these three if conditions, we have just tweaked the values of the mid-air valve. We have checked here if the mid-air sensor is also touching the floor, then these conditions will apply. Now, if we run the project, as you can see, our robot is following the line smoothly. So that was all from us. Thank you. Hope you like this project.